What's going on, guys? It's Jordan Nevels back again. Now, I hope you had a chance to check out our very first supplement video, which gave you direct access to what it looks like to create your own supplements. Now, today, we want to show you part 2, which is going to highlight some of the issues we ran into. Part 1 was shot back in May, so part 2 catches us up to where we were in June. You'll see that our number one issue was with the fallout of the product. We're trying to jam-pack so many high-quality ingredients into one formula that we had issues with the solubility. You'll see those issues, and you'll see how the team and I tried to attack and fix those issues. So as always, please like, subscribe, leave your comments below, let me know what you think, and we'll be back to you soon with part 3. So are we in a good space, bad space?
The product itself is still not soluble. There's a lot of fallout at the bottom. I do think long term that's going to be an issue for you.
Okay.
It'll taste great, people will buy it once, but usually for the long term they will not come back because they're going to get down to that sludge and it's like sludge, and then they're not going to want to consume anymore. And then they're going to throw it out because it's bitter, it's really gritty. You'll see it when we get there. It was the same problem that we had last time.
Yeah.
I think the flavors and everything are good. I know there was some extra bitterness that occurred, but they took that out, went back to the original formula.
Mm-hmm.
So to us, I think it tastes the same as it did last time.
Okay.
I think if we could improve it one more step, it would be just to make the base soluble.
Gotcha. So how do we determine is there a way to know what you think, or just by looking at the ingredients, what you would think would be the culprit of that?
Honestly, no. So there's different forms of ingredients. So if you tell me that you're using lion's mane,
Right.
maybe it's soluble, maybe it's not. It depends on the vendor.
Right.
And the source that they're getting it from. Some are synthetic, some are natural, some are soluble, some aren't.
Gotcha.
Also the levels. The higher the levels, the more not soluble it's going to be. The lower the levels, sometimes you get through it, it might be a little dusting on like the bottom of the glass. But people can consume that and it's fine. If the level's too high, you just get more sediment at the bottom.
Right.
And there's a lot of sediment on the bottom. So honestly, they could send in their ingredients and we can go through one by one and see which one's the culprit or which one's making it like brown in color. Or they can set that up themselves. We can work it either way.
Gotcha.
Tip, which ones should they check? Every single ingredient? Like, should they go one by one, set it up in water, and see at this level if it falls out?
I do think you have more than one culprit. I don't think it's just one thing that's coming out. There's a few on here that I'm not super familiar with, and that would be this S7. I'm sure that's a trademark brand name of some kind, but I'm not familiar with the S7 or this one. The last one can and can't be. Again, that's going to be on levels, but it looks like it's in here fairly low. But I think when you start getting 1, 2, 3, and now 5 items that are not soluble, you're just adding to the sediment at the bottom. So I think it's truly going to come down to which ones are you okay with falling out at the bottom, and which ones do you want to kind of lower levels or adjust maybe.
Gotcha.
I'm going to copy you on an email. I'll send it to them and just say, hey, can you have, because they have some people in their lab, I mean, I know we've been there, and have them just run that through at those levels and see, first of all, by itself, is that ingredient falling out in the water? What level can you get it to without it falling out, right? Are those the questions I should ask?
Yep. And I would say even the pomegranate, just because I'm not familiar with what source they're using or vendor they're getting it from, we have seen both, and we use that in here, and we have one that falls out, and we have one that's completely soluble. So I'm just not sure which one they're using, but I think those would all be good things to check.
Okay, so I'm going to send Lee a message while you guys set up tastings, and I'll copy you just so you know everything that's going on to say if they could test each ingredient. If it falls out, what level can you get to that it doesn't fall out? And then once they get each individual ingredient to where it doesn't fall out, put it all together and make sure that it doesn't fall out.
Yes.
Sound fair?
Yes.
I'm going to copy you too.
So the whole point is just to reduce the sediment from these ingredients because there's just a lot of sediment at the bottom. And I don't think it's just one factor. I think there's multiple things that are causing.
So we'll get it. This is not totally concerning. As long as you get the taste right, then we'll have to work on the sedimentation piece with them.
Cool.
Okay. And honestly, when it's more soluble, it's going to taste better.
Even better. Got you.
Because it's usually when it's not soluble, it's very cheap sources of the ingredients, which are fine. Sometimes people just want the cheapest thing they can get out there, but it's cheap sources.
Right.
Okay. I'm sending an email now.
Sweet. Yeah, I see what you mean. I can see it, yeah.
So usually the white that floats, I don't know what is back in this one, but sometimes the aminos will do that as well. They'll look like flakes, and they usually float at the top.
Yeah, I see at the bottom what you're saying.
All right, strawberry lemonade.
Strawberry lemonade. It just smells so good. Yeah, man, I think it's great. Maybe a little more lemon, tiny bit more. Scrap that. A little bit more strawberry the other way. I taste the citrus when I come in there now, but that's good though. I know people don't use it. Well, I pay attention to the smell of stuff. I'm like, what's this smell like? It kind of sets the tone. What we got here?
Watermelon.
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 Jolly Rancher. Exactly what it reminds me of. That's solid.
That's one of my favorite flavors in the space.
That's solid right there. Tastes like a Jolly Rancher. Pretty similar. Maybe a tiny bit sweeter, maybe.
Sure.
But
This one?
yeah, phenomenal.
Would not go sweeter, but
No sweetener.
I mean, that's just me. I like it. I like the sweetness. It's not too. Where you could drink, I could drink 8 ounces of this easily, and it wouldn't be too overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's really good.
But we could show it to you. Sweeter.
Maybe just a hint, just a hint, just a little something,
Like the Emerald Band.
just like just a little something, little sprinkle. Sweet. All right. So both of those are awesome. So we got here.
Tahitian punch.
So this is the guy right here. This is the man. This
Favorite from.
I've been hearing a lot about you. You gotta don't disappoint me. See what you got. All right. You smell the part. Let's see. Okay, you came through. You're doing your thing. Did your thing. Nah, you did your thing. All right.
Good.
That's hard to beat right there.
That's good right there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's
And last but not
very
least.
good.
Grape nerds.
Grape nerds?
Grape nerds.
Oh, shoot.
That was the one we loved last.
Oh, shoot. Grape nerds. Uh-oh.
Now we think it reminds us of grape nerds, so that's just what we started calling this.
Yeah.
But it is more grape forward.
I love that at the end. It's like the powdery nerd. Like grape, sweet tart grape nerd.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Now we.
I like this one a lot.
That one's good.
Woo. That's the point. I mean, it's exactly like the nerds. It really is. It's point
There's
on.
sweetness level in this base. The base is going to change again, obviously, but it's the same across the board. Do you truly want to increase it on the watermelon?
I think just a hint.
Okay.
Just
we
a
can.
hint.
I'm
Just
just
a
making
hint.
sure
Yeah.
that, because I mean they'll be running each individually anyways because of the flavors.
Just a hint.
And then strawberry lemonade, a little bit more strawberry.
Exactly.
And we see like after
So you think it's going to get even better than this when it?
Oh, yes.
That's awesome.
It is only going to go up from
Only going to
here.
go up.
Yes.
Sweet.
So what I've asked them to do, and this is yeah. So I said, Lee, good morning. We have Jordan in this morning in the labs. We're doing well with the flavoring as far as bitterness, sweetness, and overall profiles. We're still having issues with sedimentation. Can the team at NutriCap look at the following ingredients individually, see what's falling out, and determine the highest level we can get into solution for each? And then I listed those ingredients that we had talked about. And once you have that, can you put the base back together and confirm that the sedimentation has been drastically reduced or eliminated? And do you agree with this approach?
Yeah.
Like starting off with that, getting those to the level, the highest level that they can go into at. So if you want this, but they say we can't, we're seeing fallout at this level, but you can get down to this level, it's fine. And then putting the base back together, just making sure, doing some R&D on their end to make sure that they're not having that.
Right.
Because we see this every day, right? Like we work with all of these ingredients all the time. We see what goes to market. We see what stays on the market. We see what's still thriving 10 years later versus 1 year and it's done. And it's the sediment. Because consumers will buy it once, they will love it, and then they will start to get down to there, and then they will throw it out.
Right.
And that's what you drink at the end. That's what you finish off with.
Yeah.
Is the bottom.
So if you shake it, sat it down, went and got your bags together for work or whatever, and come back and you're like, oh, all that's sitting at the bottom. You don't want that, obviously.
When you drink that too, the flavor's there, but do you notice like you kind of are getting you're getting that when you're drinking it. You can feel like a little bit of powder or something. That's what should be eliminated. Once you get that drastically reduced or eliminated, you shouldn't even. You know how you could taste a little bit. Like gritty. It's kind of gritty.
Gritty. It's like a you taste the kind of ingredients, which
the closer
we don't want
to the bottom. You're right. You start to taste the grittiness. You start to get a little bit more bitterness, and those are all your actives. So when people are buying it and they're buying it for this specific reason because they want those actives, they don't want to think that they're just throwing it all away.
Right.
Because that would be really hard to drink and drink repeatedly.
Right.
Throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month. So I think that's it. Like I think if we can just get those into water-soluble versions or tweak those around just a little bit, these are going to come through fantastic.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
So when you're tasting these against other stuff that you guys do, not to knock any other brands, I mean, I know how I feel. How do you feel about the overall flavor, bitterness, everything compared to other sports nutrition products that you guys are working on? You're in line. I feel like you're right in line, and you're definitely at the higher end because some of them are tough.
Yeah, we always want the best for all of our customers.
Right.
Truly. But some of them you can taste and you're like, man, I just don't know. Like somebody's going to buy this once. I'm not sure they're going to be a repeat buyer. These are right on par with what we're seeing as the top selling, flavors out there. This is right on par with how they taste, the sweetness levels, the ingredients. The ingredients are great. I think we just need to switch them to water-soluble versions and we're good.
Sweet.
So if Lee comes back and says he doesn't agree with this approach, are you okay with us having the ingredients sent in separately?
Absolutely.
And doing some R&D on our... We can do that too. It's going to be quicker because they have them all there to do that. But if they can't, then we can. And what we'll do is just that. Set it up, see what level, knock that down, and put the base back together.
And see what is coming out is not too well. So question. So you all have ingredients of your own, correct?
Yes.
Not everything that's in there, but yes.
Some stuff,
and
like you said, the pomegranate and so forth. So I'm curious though, like if there's one, say it was the lion's mane, right? And for whatever reason theirs is not a soluble or high quality version, if we would be able to, or if I would be able to find a way to source that and get it from somewhere else and still have it included in the formula.
Yes. Or we can even source it. We're not going to be crazy. I'm just letting you know for the whole base we will be higher.
Yeah, but I would, because I don't care at all, right? I would rather I just want the best, so I don't care. I really don't care what it costs or anything, you know.
So they're using. Maybe the levels are just too high, Jordan. Maybe the levels are too high, and if you can drastically reduce, and I know you like the lion's mane, but maybe if that's the problem child, then you put it in at the level that they.
Yeah, because I checked with them to see, because you have the fruiting body of the lion's mane, that's going to be the part that you want the most out of, or you got the mycelium, which has the grain and stuff in it a little bit too. So that. Which they have the one that has the grain, so I think the grain is going to cause more issues and not going to be as soluble through that version. Now, just getting the fruiting body only, I would assume it's probably going to cost more because that is, the key extract out of the lion's mane that everybody wants the most. So I don't know if that could be causing some of the issue too. So if we could find maybe just the fruiting body of lion's mane, that it would be a lot more soluble and not have all the extra, like grains and all that type stuff in it, because those may be not what's soluble in that. But I guess we'll find out if we get the ingredient by itself.
Yeah.
But I would just see if there is an option.
They might have a different source.
Yeah.
Or at least say, does this level work? And if you're okay with the level, or if that source doesn't work, we'll just have to look for a different source.
Perfect. Because like I said, I would rather if I can get each ingredient at its highest level, however we got to do that, or whatever steps we got to go through, or different vendors or sources or whatever, I'm totally good with that. I don't really care what it costs really, but I just want to get the best of the best that we can get, right? Yeah, I think if we have all those ingredients in a formula like this that tastes like this, and you can reduce the fallout, then the product is killer.
I mean, if you want me to take pictures of that and send it to Lee.
Yeah, sure, that would probably be good.
Email him and just say, hey, this is why we're concerned, kind of thing.
No products on the market have that much stuff in
Right.
it. Those many ingredients, right? So
No,
if you're able to pull that off, I think you got something big.
Now we might see a little bit of dusting. Like if you think about like iced tea, sometimes you see a little bit of tea residue at the bottom there. A little bit might be okay, but this much, this
Right,
is
that's a problem.
lot, and this would be a lot to get through as a consumer.
Yeah, that's a problem, for sure. We just finished up our second trip here. The taste testing is going phenomenal. We just had a little issue with the fallout, so a little bit of sediment at the bottom. So that's really all we're doing. We got the flavors dialed in. This group is fantastic. I mean, I'm talking about phenomenal, right? So the flavors are awesome. I can't wait to give you guys those. My favorite one right now, number one leaderboard, is gonna be the grape flavor, man. It's killing. I think you guys are gonna love it. It's gonna taste like something very familiar from your childhood that you used to taste. So I can't wait for you guys to try it and give yourself a taste of that. And yeah, man, we're rocking and rolling. So we just got that one little issue. So we're gonna do some more R&D with the ingredients, source some higher quality ingredients if we need to, so that it mixes a little bit more soluble. So I wanna give you guys the best of the best, man. The top ingredients that you can possibly get, the most soluble ingredients that you can possibly get. And that's what I'm here for, man, to give you guys the best top quality premium products in the land at a price that nobody else can even compete with, because that's what I'm all about, all right? It's not about margins and trying to make money and get rich quick off you guys. It's about giving you what you deserve, and that's the most top-notch quality sources of supplements that you ever had in the industry at a price, man, that you can feel comfortable with and you can feel like, hey, I got a great deal. So that's what it's all about. We're about to head out, man, grab some lunch. I think one more day here and then we'll be finished and the products will be to the manufacturer, rocking and rolling, man, and then it's here, man. It's happening. We'll have them in hand, rocked up, and ready to ship to you guys and get it out there and get the Hope Dealer out to the world, man. So the vision is here. God has made it come. Stay faithful to your vision, and He'll always bring it to you. All right. So as always, man, I thank you for your time. Humbled and blessed. I will see you next time. God bless you and God keep you till then.